So, I should make this pretty clear. I'm not the biggest fan of adult comedy movies. Why? Well, pretty much every time I see one, it's just full of overpaid celebrity voices, pop culture references that are already outdated by the time the movie comes out, and the endless barrage of over-the-top sex jokes. Not to mention that every punchline is just someone swearing or making a reference to their genitalia. Sadly, this film checks all of those boxes. Great. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your BFF Snowy Oreo 663 here, right now. And I just got back from watching Strays, a film somehow produced by Lord and Miller and starring Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx. How did I think about no, we're not doing that. I won't beat around the bush. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. However, I think that just comes down to the movie not being my style of humor. I know for certain that the elderly couple next to me were dying of laughter the whole time. But if I come out of a theater after seeing a comedy and I only laughed a single time, something's a little wrong. I think the one glaring problem right away has to do with the visuals of the film. It's that basic ass cats and dogs or Air Buddies bullcrap where they have the real dog on set that just has animation around the mouth to make it look like it's talking. While the effect clearly doesn't work, as it feels super cheap and lazy, it also has us miss the important facial expressions that are needed when telling jokes or having emotional scenes. The dogs aren't actors, they're just doing what their trainers are telling them. So when one character is giving a big emotional monologue, the other dog might look away for a moment or focus their eyes right in the camera or sniff the ground, everything but looking at the character who's talking. This is a major problem with a lot of these talking animal movies, regardless of who the target audience is. And that also involves very limited cinematography. It's just point, camera, at dog, reaction shot of dog, point, camera. You see what I mean? Animal acting and camera angles aside, I just didn't find the film very funny. Mostly due to the overabundance of sex jokes. There are very few movies or TV shows that can tell those kinds of jokes that make me laugh, but in the end, most sex jokes in media can be broken down to one of the following. Number 1.
Man, I just have so much sex, it's hilarious.
Another variation involves,
wow, she has so much sex, what a
Number 2.
Wow, he, she, they are so hot and attractive, I wish I could have sex with them.
Number 3.
Haha, look, someone's genitals.
Variation involves referencing their own genitals. 4.
Wow, he, she, they is such a virgin loser. They don't have any sex, isn't that funny?
Rinse and repeat. And when this list involves over 75% of the jokes in your film, I sort of get bored. And no joke, probably around 20% of the rest of the jokes is just swear words. That's it. That's the whole punchline, just a swear word. And the sex jokes get really uncomfortable considering that we're referring to animals. No joke, they focus the camera an uncomfortable amount of times on the dog's genitals, or hold for extremely long scenes on just the dogs humping something. And I mean extremely long times. No joke, there's a scene in this movie where the dogs are locked up in a cage and want to try to reach the key to unlock themselves. Their solution? Have the big dog stand next to the bars while the girl dog talks dirty to him in an attempt to make him get a hard-on to reach the key. I felt so dirty and disgusting watching that, especially since they show it in all its glory. It's a dog. Stop showing us the dog's genitals and disguising it as a joke. This is me off script right now, and I do want to mention that they do reference a child's genitalia. It's meant as a throwaway random joke, but I really should throw that in there just because, please stop, that's not funny and that's f***ed up. Now back to the script. What's the story of this movie anyway? Well, Will Ferrell, I'm not going to call the dog by its name because I can only just hear Will Ferrell, why do you care?
This is Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell is a dog whose owner is an absolute asshole who loves to masturbate. Great. So the owner dumps him on the side of the road over and over again, only for Will Ferrell to keep coming back. Eventually, he gets dumped so far away that it takes more time for him to find his way home. He meets up with Jamie Foxx.
This is Jamie Foxx.
Isla Fisher, and Big Dog. I honestly don't know this actor, but then again I live under a rock, so probably he's been in something and I just never heard of him before. And the four of them decide to travel back to Will Ferrell's owner's house to bite his dick off. So that could be funny, but the execution is just so poor. The characters make constant stops to just hump things, pee on each other, or to eat mushrooms and rip apart innocent baby rabbits. Yeah, all that stuff happens in this movie. There was only one joke that I laughed at, which would take way too long for me to explain here. Basically, it just involved this dog being played by Josh Gad. Hearing Olaf the Snowman say some of the most f***ed up dark shit ever was actually pretty funny. Also, it was the only joke in the film that the elderly couple next to me didn't laugh at, so take that with what you will. I thought Jamie Foxx's backstory was actually pretty touching, and I did feel for Will Ferrell during many of the scenes depicting his owner being an asshole. I didn't particularly care for the other two dogs, mostly because their endings mostly just involved more sex jokes and actual scenes of animals f***ing each other. Can we not? So yeah, pretty dumb movie. I think that it should be known that films with this basic humor will rarely ever get high ratings on my channel. I mean, if I wanted to listen to this kind of lowbrow humor, I would just watch Amy Schumer or something. I'm giving this one 3 Funtime Fox Beats out of 10. I think I have to apologize to Joyride. At least that movie had a single good scene of real drama that lasted more than 2 minutes. Thanks so much for watching my video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a fun comment. I try to respond to as many as I can. With all that said and done, I'll see you in the next one, and remember, your dog is your best friend. Spend a little more time with them than normal. You are their whole world. And don't watch this movie. Bye!